Redman, and Rockin' Raj.
And like you said, the stage is set. We're live at Bob Brins Stadium.
And with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more action here live from Bob Brins Stadium on your home of the Pike County Game of the Week. We're talking Q100. And welcome Welcome back to Bob Britton Stadium, and of course, as we got things ready to go here with baseball action, we are live on Total Media, I believe, on the stream, but having some issues. It appears that we are on, of course, the radio. We apologize for that right now, trying to get that rectified, and we'll get to that coming up here in just a few moments. But right now we've got baseball action about ready to be played there, Eric, and kind of set the stage with what we've got coming into this one. We know what we saw on Thursday night, us personally, but the season itself coming into the tournament action, the Waverly Tigers were looking at 60th percentile on the winning side of things as far as the season was concerned. And as I was speaking with Coach earlier, we'll try to get that interview on here in a few minutes. But anyway, he talked about how the team really seemed to gel and come on strong here toward the end of the season.
Yeah. Coach Noble's got his team playing good baseball at the right time, and he seemed pretty confident in what his team has lined up for this evening. Of course, the 16-11 Waverly Tigers battling here out of the SOC, representing the SOC, taking on the MVL New Lex Panthers, and this is a pretty stout New Lex Panthers bunch. They're coming into this matchup at 19-4, and like you said, the stage is set. Waverly knows what's on the line. New Lex knows what's on the line. Throw the regular season out the window. We're ready for baseball here live from Bob Wren Stadium in Athens. As number 34, Creed Smith, set to lead us off here. On the hill for the New Lex Panthers is the senior Isaac McGill, as he delivers the first pitch inside for ball one. We got Creed Smith at the plate. He's had a great year at the plate for the Tigers. As that one falls to the outside corner for a strike, evens up the count 1-1 here.
Well, I'll tell you, Eric, beautiful evening for baseball. There's no doubt about that one. That one swung on, hit over to the second baseman right between first and second. Nice little toss over, and looks like one out for the Waverly Tigers.
Yep, that one's hit right over to the second baseman there, like you said, for the New Lex Panthers. And number 9, Drew Barnett's going to put that one away for the first out of the inning here, as L.T. Jordan comes to the plate for the Waverly Tigers. Senior shortstop, recently committed to Shawnee State University.
Nice pitch. Good call there, and strike there for our batter.
Yep. Starting off again with a fastball here. Let's see what he goes to here on 0-1. It's another fastball. We got a 1-1 count here for Jordan. And that one's fouled off right behind us here. Such a beautiful place to play ball, man. I look up in the sky just looking at a foul ball, and I see something just squirrel.
Right. Well, I mean, you got the backdrop of the Ohio State University campus back here.
Ohio University, Porterhouse.
Yeah, Ohio University.
Our friends here in Athens will take big exception to that.
Well, thankfully they aren't listening.
Hey, we got you.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
No, here, I mean, that one, by the way, got another out to number 2.
Yep. Jordan strikes out looking there as we got our second out of the inning.
But beautiful field. Now, what I like about this one, it's half artificial and half real turf.
Yeah.
And the outfield is real turf. Infield is artificial.
Yep. Can't pick dandelions in the infield here, but if you're in the outfield and you're bored, you still got things you can do out there.
I don't think there's going to be too much boredom going on out there.
Not thinking so either, man, as Jace Hurd steps up to the plate here, the big right-hander. Leading the team in doubles coming into this one. He's got 12 doubles on the year. Hitting .306 coming into this game. And like I said, man, these Tigers look ready to play. You mentioned it, Coach Noble. He's got his team ready to play going into this one. Hurd looks at ball 2. 2-0 count here. McGill, the senior on the mound here, he's bringing some decent velocity. Ooh. As he switches it up there.
I mean, that one
2-0 off speed.
Yeah, that one would have been hard not to swing at.
Yep.
I got to say that.
We got a 2-1 count here. Delivery, and that one's driven to center. Pretty routine pop fly. Oh,
Oh,
as the ball's
no.
lost in the sun.
Yeah. I noticed that as soon as that ball got popped up, the pitcher looked up, and the first thing that happened was his glove went in front of his face, and same thing looks like happened out there in the outfield as well.
Yeah. It looks like Jarek Braglin, the center fielder, just lost that one in the sun. Looked like he was camped out under that one. And fortunately for the Tigers, we got our first base runner of the day. Jace Hurd's on first base.
Well, we'll see if they can do anything with this one. As Hurd, up to the bat now.
Of course. Stepping in for the Tigers now, we got number 10 on the mound, Hunter Houck.
Yeah, our pitcher.
As that one, fastball in the outside corner, goes in for strike one.
I say I'm not surprised, but a little surprised that we're using Houck. He had such a good game there last Thursday, but I know the coach really wants to advance in this championship.
Yep. Watch out, Porter. That one's coming back towards us. Yeah, Hunter Houck is, going down swinging, not going down swinging. The man's here to fight, and it'd be hard to take the ball out of that young man's hands coming into this game. The Tigers do have a pretty nice repertoire of pitching available this afternoon, and, in these games, there's no telling what to expect. But I'm sure Houck's here to do it with one guy tonight on the hill for the Tigers. And he did it last week.
Yeah.
Complete game. Threw an absolute gem against the Blue Devils, 3 hits. Only allowed 1 hit after the first inning. He was dialed in.
He was.
Now he's got a much different beast tonight, as we got our first runner of the evening, and Jay slides safe into second base.
Yeah. Actually, ball bounces, catcher drops, second baseman drops it.
Yep.
Or shortstop, I guess that would have been.
Yep, the senior catcher, Mason Pyle, his throw is just a little bit behind, and it bounces into second base, and Jace Hurd is now in scoring position with 2 outs here for the Tigers.
All right.
Ball 3. I'm sorry, ball 2. Ooh, foul tip. Not quite held on to. And Houck stays alive in this at bat. 2-2 count. Hurd still at second base in scoring position. Oh, umpire calls time.
I don't know, but it seems like our righty seems to be struggling a little bit with the lefty at bat this evening for some reason.
Yeah. These guys, these Waverly Tigers, we saw last week, man, they're so good at extending at bats and keeping at bats alive, and we saw it on the foul tip there previously. But these guys, they know how to extend bats, as that one's poked into left center. And that's going to score.
It was in the hole for sure. And
our first run of the game. Houck drives in that
double.
run.
Stand-up double.
A stand-up double as Houck's taking his equipment back to the dugout here. But we got Big Ben Nichols stepping up to the plate as Houck switches places with Jace Hurd, and the Tigers bring across the first run of the day here. And Big Ben Porterhouse, Big Ben at the plate. Big Ben delivered some big action last week with a banger off the wall late in that game to kind of spice that one up for the Tigers.
I will say this field a little bit bigger. Short side of the field there last week, 313, and alongside 320. We're looking at 340 for the short side.
You ain't containing number 35 with some fits. This man, as he fouls off the first one, how to play.
Yeah, if he gets a hold of this, it'd be cool to see him go out 405 out there, but we'll see.
Absolutely. Houck, normal league at second. As we extend out there, and with shortstop's going to have to make a nice play. Houck slides into third.
Out.
And he's out.
Almost got
the
that one.
Shortstop, Garrett Blosser, makes one heck of a play. Fielding the ball to his left. Houck kind of got caught up there. And here we are.
He got in a situation where he had to continue. I mean, he hesitated for a moment, but it wouldn't have mattered. That was a bad situation for him. And so, but the good thing about it is, we get a run out of that. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more here with Waverly Tiger Baseball. Welcome back. Welcome back to Bob Britton Stadium here as the Waverly Tigers go head-to-head with the new Lexington Panthers in district semifinal action. And, of course, looks like they are on top after one inning of play. We're at the top of, well, I guess this is their first time at bat, so we're actually at the bottom of the first. I mean, it already seems like, but no, this is still just a half inning of play, Eric, and we still got a lot of ball game left to play.
A lot of good action in that first top half of the inning for the Waverly. There's Chase Hurd came aboard on a pop fly that just resulted in a single after the center fielder lost it in the sun, and then Hunter Houck was able to drive that run in, giving the Tigers a 1-0 lead coming into the bottom of the second, or the bottom of the first here. As a senior, a shortstop, after making one heck of a play to close out the top of the first, Garrett Blosser comes to the plate for the new Lex Tigers.
Blosser poised. Chopper, their short one, bounces right, bounces foul.
Yep. Big Ben, like a house cat, baby. He's on his toes at third base. He's ready. That's another off-speed pitch. It's bounced to Big Ben. He fields it, showing the leather as he throws it over to Quentin Hurd for the first out of the inning. Flashing the leather again, Porterhouse.
I tell you, that kid is an impressive ball player, and he has really stepped up these last couple of games so far. And
yep,
I looking for big things out of him out of this tournament play.
Yep. Hoping Big Ben can keep it going. Here's the center fielder, number 10, Jarek Braglin, steps to the plate here for the new Lex Panthers.
Some might still be in his eyes there.
Yeah, it might be. Braglin coming into this one hitting .328 on the year, notably with 11 RBI and 20 hits. We got a 1-1 count here.
Nice crowd out tonight
Absolutely.
as well. A lot of folks traveling over. Swung on and missed on that one.
Nice fastball there from the senior, Hunter Houck. As he advances into the count here, 1-2. Let's see what the senior decides to go with here. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, making the hitter think about it. I love it.
Remember Thursday night, he found that edge of that strike zone with that fastball, and we'll see. It looks like he's searching for that and trying to find it again.
It was like a paintbrush as he strikes out the second hitter of the inning. Two outs now for the Waverly Tigers.
The third baseman, number 27, Clay Miller.
As Miller comes to the plate here, number 27, Clay Miller, the third baseman here for the new Lex Panthers, steps in. We got no base runners here in bottom of the first inning. As that first pitch falls to the, I can't say the dirt.
To the carpet?
Falls to the carpet here at Bob Britton Stadium. I'm going to say the dirt, man.
Yeah, it looks like dirt.
Oh,
yeah.
man, it's beautiful.
It's colored like dirt.
There we go. Houck delivers again. That's by Quentin Hurd at first base. A line drive right over Quentin Hurd's head. He says, not today.
Wow, that was impressive.
Not
right
today.
There.
The corner's hard at work here in the first inning for the Waverly Tigers.
So the
What a play.
Waverly Tigers on top of this one. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with second inning action coming up here on Hits Now Q100. Back to Bob Red Stadium here at Ohio University, where we continue with the district semifinal action. The Waverly Tigers and the new Lexington Panthers going head-to-head, and Jace Hurd up the bat, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Quentin Hurd up to bat for the Tigers. There's a pair of them here.
Yeah, I got part of it right.
Yep.
I'm batting 500.
Hey, we get you to the Hall of Fame. As Hurd steps back into the plate here. That ball's high that ball's high and outside for ball 2.
So this is the first of a couple games coming up here this evening, I understand, right?
Yep. First of 2 this evening. Oh, that ball's hit to the shortstop, fielded routinely. And he throws it over to first base to Baker for the first out of the inning. But yeah, this is one of 2 games this evening. Shortly after this one, on the other side of the bracket, Miami Trace out of the FAC will be taking on Sheridan, the Sheridan Generals. Should be a great second game matchup here at Bob Wren Stadium, as we're here for Southeast District Baseball. That ball's flown to deep left field.
Wow.
And put out.
That would have been out in Waverly.
Yeah. Number 13, Jamison Morton, got, quite a bat on that one. But put away by the left fielder.
Now batting, the catcher,
Number 4, Will Armstrong at the plate. Armstrong stepping in here. Ooh, has to turn away from that one as he's got ball 1. Armstrong coming into this one with an on-base percentage of .288. Hoping to find his way aboard here for the Tigers, as he's found himself in a 2-0 hitter's advantage here. McGill delivers. That one's inside for ball 3, 3-0 here. Armstrong well ahead in the count, as he's going to get aboard for ball 4. Now we're going to have the DH Lane Bear come into the plate.
The designated hitter, number 7.
Bear hitting for the right fielder, number 15 Tanner Nichols in this one.
I think I remember last week, he was able to perform a couple times out here, I believe.
Yeah, he came through a couple of times last week. And all these Waverly Tigers did in so many different ways. They played the small ball game well. They were able to create just enough at the plate and get that 2-1 win over the Blue Devils.
That's one thing that we haven't seen so far this season.
First throw over to first base, goes over the first baseman's head. And Armstrong's going to go ahead and advance himself into scoring position with 2 outs here for the Waverly Tigers. Got our first miscue of the day here second miscue of the day here for the New Lex Panthers after the fly ball incident in center field as well with the sun. And yet again, another miscue is going to bring a run into scoring position. That ball's hit to third base, and it's bobbled and thrown over. And it's the third out of the inning as Miller gets that ball over to Barnett just in time.
Absolutely.
And that's going to be the end of the top of the second inning here, Porterhouse. Get us to the bottom of the second, where we'll anticipate the New Lex Panthers at the plate here against Hunter Houck.
I tell you what, we had a chance to catch up with Coach Knob there before things got underway here this evening, and I want to play part of that interview so we can kind of set the stage. I know we're kind of started, but set the stage on what we were looking at coming into this game.
Well, here we are getting ready for the Southeast District Finals at Ohio University, and the Waverly Tigers are all set and ready to go, and Coach Knob standing by here with us. And Coach, a big season for the Waverly Tigers. You never really know heading into a season what it's going to be like, and you can gauge some things off of last season. You can hope for things to progress in the coming season, but you never know the outside variables. And coming into this season, it was a fresh season for you guys. Talk a little bit about that, the early part of the season, and we'll figure out how we got to where we're at right now.
Exactly. We knew we had a lot of the pieces of the puzzle. We started out kind of slow, and then we went on a winning streak. We kind of got complacent after that, lost a few games, but then got right back at it and had another 5-game winning streak. Seems like as the season has went on, though, we have kind of defined our pitchers' roles a little better. And, today we're going with Hunter Houck, who's been pretty strong down the stretch for us, and we do have a couple other arms that are ready to go. But, baseball is a funny season with weather and rainouts, and it's tough in this area to get any type of momentum going, but we have circled the wagons, and we've got some good momentum going into this game.
And with that being said, we'll play some more of that coming up in a few moments. So like he said, and we can tell they have circled the wagons, and man, already so far what we've seen, it's a tight ball game, 1-0 right now, Eric. But these guys are playing the kind of ball that they want to play. They're keeping everything still in control.
Yeah. I don't think this one's going to get too out of hand for either team here. This is going to be a tight one all the way as number 15, the catcher Mason Pyle, steps up for the Lex Panthers here. But this is going to be a great game down the stretch. I think pitching is going to be kind of the key again today. I really do, Porterhouse.
Absolutely.
1-1 count here to Pyle. Big Ben lurking. He's playing on the corner. Everyone else pretty standard here. Off speed. As Houck's curveball falls in, it's fouled off. 1-2 count.
Houck seems to have pretty good stamina too, he went the distance the other night. And though it's been, 5 days since then, he's had plenty of time to rest. So,
yep, and these guys in these situations, and you can tell by his velocity this evening, he's feeling it. There was a lot of movement on that last off-speed pitch. He's definitely in the zone. He's definitely feeling it again. Hoping to bring his team here through another big victory. 1-2 delivered. 2-2 count. And we'll say it all night, Porterhouse, but it's a beautiful night for baseball. We're in the heart of Athens. We're at Bob Wren Stadium, and it's beautiful.
It is.
Called time by the umpire. Again, we were here last night for a couple of games, and, man, I tell you, the energy when you're at this place, Porterhouse, it's different. Southeast District baseball. It's just the perfect time of year. That ball's fouled off. We got a 3-2 count here.
Well, you got a lot of folks coming in. You've got a lot of things going on. A lot of other teams in the stadium and the fans that travel with them. He walked him on that one.
Yep, ball 4 there, and Pyle's going to fall aboard as the pitcher, number 28, Isaac McGill, comes to the plate.
The pitcher, number 28, Isaac McGill.
I still have to wonder sometimes when a pitcher goes up against a pitcher, do they find themselves getting a little more nervous tossing at that guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't pitch. But both of these guys look pretty confident as that first pitch there falls in for ball 1. But McGill can swing it, so I don't think he's too worried, but Houck can throw it. Coming into this one with a 2.49 ERA. McGill. Looks like that one's going to be fouled off there as Hurd's chasing it, but doesn't quite get there. McGill hitting .403 with 8 doubles and 2 home runs coming into this one. So some pretty good statistics there for the high school, the high school slugger. So
that is good. Yeah.
He's geared up and he's ready for this one. So matchup I'm going to look forward to 2 or 3 times today. Not too big of a lead there out at first base. Doesn't look to be too big of a running threat there. We throw back Armstrong down to Hurd. Just keeping him honest over there. Runner slides back in safe. And again,
letting him know he's watching him.
Letting him know. I don't think with the catcher at second base you're too concerned. I'm sorry, with first base you're too concerned here. Ball on the outside corner, strike. 2-2 count here. 1 out here. Bottom of the second inning. We got the Lex Panthers at the plate. We got Isaac McGill, the pitcher. Got a pitcher-on-pitcher matchup, and it's been a good one so far. That curveball falls inside for ball 3. Or, yeah, ball 3, I'm sorry. Called time again. McGill wants a reset. Here's the 3-2. And that ball's outside for ball 4. As Hout walks another one. Coming to the plate now is the first baseman, senior number 6, Lane Baker. He steps in. He's got 2 runners aboard here, first and second, 1 out here.
I tell you, the zone, that first inning for Houck he seemed to be in a really good zone. He still seems to be, and he's not far outside of the strike zone when he's throwing these balls. It doesn't really seem like, but that was a strike there. So he's just finding where it's at right now, it looks like.
Yep, strike 1. And I think just feeling it out early on. He did this a lot last week, too. He worked ahead a lot more in that game against Guy Academy. His shows bunt there. Offers at it, but no connection. Armstrong holds on to it there, and that's strike 2. But, yeah, same thing against Guy Academy. Kind of worked in the zone. But a lot of those calls worked in his favor last week early. He worked ahead early in these counts. But now he's got a little bit of a situation to work himself out of, and that ball's driven to right field. The runner at second looks to be tagging. Doesn't look like he's going to test the arm of Tanner Nichols, and that's going to be our first out of the inning here, and the runners hold.
Probably a good choice by second baseman because he was able to get that ball into the infield pretty quickly.
Great job there by Tanner Nichols. Not camped under that one, camped behind it. He was ready to throw it if he had to.
And equally impressive is the fact that the sun is still pretty bright out here right now.
Yep. Still a bright day. And ooh. Number 9 at the plate, Drew Barnett. Swings and misses at strike 1 there. Runner. Armstrong's throw over to the third, and he gets him at third base. The runner at first advances to second, but not before Will Armstrong's able to get it in the hands of Big Ben, or at least the glove of Big Ben, as he swipes him and makes the tag. I'd check my ankle, man. Big Ben swipes got to hurt.
I can only imagine.
Man, check your ankle, brother. Put some ice on that thing.
They were ready for that.
They were.
There was no hesitation.
Nothing at all. Will Armstrong stood up, shot out of a cannon, and got an absolute rocket down to third base.
Yes, he did.
We got 2 outs now with the runner at second base in scoring position. And again, we're starting to see, these Waverly Tigers, Coach Noble's got his guys prepared. Dribbler down the third base line, picked up by the new Lex coach. But Coach Noble got his guys prepared for situational baseball today. And, that was about as well executed out as you could have had on a runner stealing third base, Porterhouse.
It was. Textbook.
1-2 count here, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning here. Runner at second base. As that ball falls in for strike 3, and Hunter Houck
Yes.
is able to record the third out of the inning for the Waverly Tigers. We get that run, or we keep that runner at third base, or at second base, Porterhouse. I'm sorry.
All righty, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the district semifinal baseball action with the Waverly Tigers going head-to-head with the new Lexington Panthers here on Hits Now Q100. Back at Bob Wren Stadium here at Ohio University on Hits Now, Q100 WXZQ Piketon. And we are back at the top of the order, top of the third. Eric Landrum.
Yep, top of the third, number 34, Creed Smith, stepping back in as the Waverly Tigers hit around for the second time here at Bob Wren Stadium. We're live for Southeast District baseball action. We got the Ngulex Panthers coming into this one. And we show bunt here, as that one is fouled off behind the catcher. But we're live for Southeast District baseball, Bob Wren Stadium in Athens, the heart of Ohio University. It doesn't get any bigger, it doesn't get any better, and these guys are geared up. As Smith walks himself back, he's not in any hurry to get back to the batter's box. It's a beautiful night for baseball. He's taking full advantage.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, maybe trying to ice the pitcher out a little bit. Give him a little bit of time to think about some things.
I mean,
Why
maybe he
not?
knows the pitcher's got a date or something. I don't know.
Right.
He's trying to I don't know. Here we go. And that one's delivered inside. 2-1 count here.
A knee burner nearly.
Smith coming into this one today with a 424 average. Just absolute sticks in these lineups. Each of these teams have 3 or 4 guys over 400. Multiple guys in these lineups with multiple or double-digit doubles, and just some big at-bats and some big sticks. As that ball is drilled. Hit by pitch there. Creed Smith's going to he's in a bigger hurry to get to first base than he was to get back to home, no doubt about it. As the Waverly Tigers get the first runner aboard of the inning. No outs.
Well, he knew that one was coming inside. He
Boy.
spun to
That one hurt.
deflect, and it actually caught him on the helmet.
That one. LT Jordan stepping back in, the senior shortstop for the Waverly Tigers, and struck out looking his first at bat, hoping to get something going here. As that ball's driven to left field.
That's right.
Put away for the first out of the inning. And Smith is going to retreat back to first base. We got one out.
The second baseman, number 23, Jace Hurd.
Again, if you're at home and you're wondering what size the field is, the short side of the field, either right or left field, 340.
It's a monster ballpark. It's
405 in the center field.
Big-time college baseball field. If you hit it out of this place, good for you.
Yep.
Jace Hurd, number 23, the second baseman for the Tigers, stepping in, looking to do maybe exactly that as the first pitch goes in for ball one. And right now, I think with Hurd's combination of speed and power at the plate and the runner over at first base, this is a pretty dicey situation for the Panthers.
Wow, he got a hold of that one.
It's just under it, Hurd. As that ball's going to fall. Looks like some miscommunication there in the outfield. And the Waverly Tigers have both runners in scoring position, Porterhouse, as Hurd into second base.
A big flex.
Big flex there, and he's got the forearms to do it. The
Yeah.
Waverly Tigers now have Creed Smith standing up at third base, and along with Jace Hurd at second base, Porterhouse. And now the Waverly Tigers have the cleanup hitter, the pitcher for the day, number 10, Hunter Houck, stepping in with runners in scoring position and one out.
One of our assistant coaches down there, Tim Frederick, he's pretty pumped as well. He's on first base down there right now. He's loving it.
That coach's box has no possibility of containing T-Fred today over at first base. As the first pitch falls in for ball one. And these Waverly Tigers are geared up, man. This energy just picked up a whole lot here at Bob Wren Stadium. These guys are excited now. You got Big Ben standing there in the on-deck circle. And one of the most dialed-in players in Southeast Ohio right now at the plate for you. It's a good feeling for a Waverly Tiger.
I don't know.
1-1 count.
It's something about Ben, though, man. He just seems like he exudes some sort of greatness out here in this tournament time. I don't know if he's done that all season or not because I've only seen the last couple of games. But, man, he seems to be.
He's got the David Ortiz, the big poppy approach, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. He's not a lefty, but that's okay. Big Ben, man. Big Ben's a dude. But right now the spotlight's on Hunter Houck. 1-1 count. That's outside. And you have to wonder, I'm not pitching to get to Big Ben, but you have to wonder with a base open, maybe an opportunity for maybe a little bit slower guy. Force out situation. Are they working around Houck? You know what I mean? That type of thing. So hard to work around any of these guys in this Waverly lineup. But it makes you wonder with Houck hitting over 405 coming into this game. That ball is hit to second base. Big hop. You're going to have an out at first base, but Creed Smith is going to cross home, and the Waverly Tigers are going to get their second run of the day on the scoreboard. Waverly Tigers will take that trade all day long. Porterhouse, Coach Noble will take that all day long. We'll trade a run for an out. 2 outs here. Top of the third inning. Big Ben Nichols step into the plate, hoping to add a run or two for the Waverly Tigers here. He'd have to hit it a long way to add a second one, I'm thinking, but he might be able to, brother.
You never know.
He might be able to. First pitch. Whoa. That ball's popped up. Suns calls issues all day. McGill calls for it, and he's putting it away for the third out of the inning here in the top of the third. Waverly Tigers are ahead 2-0. They steal a run there, and we're going to be right back here.
Well, first, let's go ahead and let's actually check in with some more of this interview with Coach Knob before the start of the game.
Absolutely. In watching last week's game leading into this one, they seemed poised. They seemed ready. They seemed gelled. And you talked about the pitching. Again, it seems like, and I hear that you got a pretty deep pitching bench as far as that is concerned.
We do. We've got 3 or 4 guys that we feel we can throw out on the mound and they'll compete and give us a chance to win. But you're right. We came together as a team later than our usually teams do for us. But hey, no better time than right before the tournament. Like you said, we played. We had a lot of confidence against Gallia, and found ways to win. And we're just coming back here. It's been too long. It's like seeing an old friend. So we're just glad to be back here.
How about the boys you got on the team now? How experienced are they at this level?
We have a bunch of seniors. I've got 2 kids who have been 4-year starters for me. So, we know what we have to do, okay? And sometimes that's easier said than done. But these guys are ready. They're ready to go, and they're hungry. And, we're expecting to come out and compete against a very good new Lexington team.
Talk a little bit about the new Lex team. What are you up against tonight?
Well, from what we can tell, they've got some really good arms. They play solid defense. They like to hit the fastball. They've got a lot of stolen bases. They have stolen 50 bases more than we have on the season. So we've got to slow down their running game somehow.
And we'll get back to maybe parts of that again here in just a few moments. But, it's nice to hear from Coach Knob as we're back at it, ready for inning 4 action, I believe, isn't it?
Bottom of 3.
Bottom of 3.
Bottom of 3 here.
So you got it.
We're good. We're good.
I'm messed up because last time it was, when they were pitching, it was the top. So.
It's all good. It's all good.
But they're the away team.
We're the away team on the scoreboard today for the Waverly Tigers. Is the higher seeded New Lexington Panthers, the 2 seed. We are the 7 seed coming into this one, so a little bit of an underdog coming into today, but Hunter Houck has a little bit to say about that as he now is facing number 32, Jonathan Dold. Houck ahead 1-2 here in this count to start off the bottom of 3rd. And he's just dealing right now, man. He's feeling really good. That ball swung on, popped up to the second baseman. Hurd's camped under it. He's fighting the sun. No problem. He puts it away for the first out of the inning.
The left fielder, number 8, Bentley Hansen.
Stepping up to the plate now, number 8, Bentley Hansen. The junior, one of the few juniors in this lineup. Very experienced new Lex team. But the 9-hole hitter here looking to have his first at bat. Looks at ball 1. Big Ben Lined up at the corner, maybe expecting a bunt here, trying to get something going for New Lex. 1-1 count here. No runners on, 1 out. That ball swung on, popped up softly. Oh, tough bounce for Hauk, and that's going to be an infield single. Hauk overruns that ball, just kind of a dead fly ball there, and Hauk overruns it, takes a weird hop with the backspin. And
well, that, and again, remember we are on turf on the infield, so that ball probably reacting completely different than what anyone standing there expected it to.
Yeah. That ball definitely took a bounce that you're not really expecting, and Garrett Blosser steps in, the shortstop, to start the second time around here for the New Lex Panthers. Blosser grounding out his first time up, I should say. Big Ben showed the leather. Ball 1. Hauk must be a pretty intimidating pitcher over there to stare down when you're at first base, Porterhouse. We haven't seen a lot of guys really trying to even take a lead, let alone run to second anyway. You know, we saw the third base steal attempt earlier, but Will Armstrong, him and Hauk, they got a connection, and they're not letting anyone swipe free ones. That ball swung on, popped up to Hurt again, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. I'll tell you what, man, for a second baseman, Jace Hurt covers a whole heck of a lot of ground out there, man.
He does, and the right fielder, who was basically almost in position to catch that, said, nice job.
Yeah. The right fielder's out there like, hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Love what you do. Number 10, Jarek Bragland stepping up here.
You know, though, you need to have that kind of energy, especially during the season. But now is the time that you really need to harness that energy.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't. If you're ever gonna bring energy to a baseball field, this would be the time to do it, I would think.
Yep.
And Jace Hurd has a lot of it out there. And these Waverly Tigers, man, have been so tough defensively. As we got a 1-1 count, Bragland looks at strike 1. But these Waverly Tigers have been dialed in defensively. They're not making mistakes right now. Knock on wood here in Athens, Porterhouse. They're not making mistakes. And that ball swung on. Looks like it's going to be fouled off there to the right field side. Hurd chases after it. Got a 1-2 count here with 2 outs here in the bottom of 3. And again, Hauk continuing to assert his dominance on the hill here. We've said it, he's been one of the most dialed, locked-in players in Southeast Ohio over the past week or two. Runner going, Armstrong's up. And the Tigers just kind of give that one away. As the runner advances. We got a 2-2 count here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd. Runner in scoring position. That ball's grounded back to Hauk, and he makes one heck of a quick play.
Yes, he does.
Hunter Hauk, like a house cat, puts the glove up, snags that one, throws it over to Quentin Hurd, and the Waverly Tigers are out of the bottom of the 3rd here, Porterhouse, with 3 outs. They keep that runner at second base, and they're going to hang on to that 2-0 lead going into the top of the 4th.
Live coverage of Waverly Tiger basketball in the Valley View Health Center's Game of the Week continues after this on Q100. Back at Bob Britton Stadium on Ohio University campus in Athens, Ohio, as Division II semifinal action continues. We are top of the fourth inning as the Waverly Tigers are at bat here against the new Lexington Panthers.
Yep, number 6, Quentin Hurd, the first baseman for the Tigers, stepping in here as the first pitch fastball is high and inside for ball 1. But yeah, man, these Waverly Tigers, again, sound defensively. Hunter Houck with an absolutely stellar play on the hill to end the inning. Snagging the ball, like I said, a house cat, getting it over to Quentin Hurd, who's now at the plate for the Waverly Tigers.
These guys really seem to be playing in unison, and, especially, all of them are kind of green, if you will, when it comes to tournament action like this. They've never seen it. They've been some really strong teams together, several seniors on this team, so good to see them be able to go out of their senior season like this.
Yeah. The experience that these guys have as a team, it's nice to see it culminating to a point where these guys have an opportunity to continue their season and continue to add to Waverly Tiger baseball history, and I think that's what these guys are hoping to do today.
Wow.
Thought he had ball 4 there, didn't he?
He sure did.
Yeah.
He was headed over to first base, but the umpire said differently.
3-2 count here, no outs here in the top of the 4th. That ball swung on and fouled off there, and Hurd's going to stay alive here in the at-bat. Pretty consistent strike zone, I would say. A lot of edge calls, but it's been both ways, and these guys are doing a pretty good job so far. Hurd swings at strike 3. Ball's dropped by the catcher and then thrown over to Barnett for the first out of the inning.
The left fielder, number 13, Jamison.
Number 13, the left fielder for the Waverly Tigers, Jamison Morton, stepping up after flying out deep to left field in his first at-bat, Porterhouse. I mean, we're talking near the warning track here at Bob Britton Stadium. First pitch is inside at the knees for a strike. Morton looking to find himself aboard here for the Waverly Tigers. Swings and pops one up. Both middle infielders chasing it. The second baseman gives it up, and Blosser's going to put it away for the second out of the inning. Infield seems to be communicating a little more effectively than the outfield there. Outfield seems to be having quite the time with that sun.
Yeah.
Coming to the plate for your Waverly Tigers, the catcher, number 4, Will Armstrong. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Strike 1.
Real deal, Will. Let's see if he can make it happen.
Man,
here.
he is behind the plate. He's been working his tail off. Last game I complimented him. He's blocking balls with no outs, no runners on. And I loved everything about it, man. Absolutely getting it done behind the plate. He's done that here today, throwing out a key runner at third base. And hopefully trying to start something. Little rally here as he's got 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
I got to say, I mean, at this point, he might be the MVP of this game.
He's doing a heck of a job.
I mean, he's made some of the
He's doing a heck of a job.
I mean, they've all done it exceptional. Everybody's made some great plays there.
That ball swung on hard to the right fielder. No trouble with the sun there. And that ball's put away by Jonathan Dole, number 32, the right fielder for the New Lex Panthers. And we're going to head to the bottom of the 4th here. It sounds like we might hear from Coach Nobe again.
Yeah, and I was talking about the inexperience and how far they've come in tournament play. Coach actually expanded on that a little bit.
Actually, this is the first time they've been to the district. We have won our first round games in the sectional before. We've never had we've always had to win 2 or 3 games, and it's the tourney trail in Southeast District is a gauntlet. Okay, you got just anybody can beat anybody on any given day. So we have not advanced to the district with this bunch yet.
So they are probably not only a little anxious, but meaning that in a couple ways, I guess. They're excited and they're nervous at the same time.
Excited, anxious, and hungry. That's the way we put it.
Well, that's good. Do you have anything special up your sleeve? I mean, just other than just go out and play the ball you guys know how to play.
Well, anytime you play against some power arms like they do, you have to put the ball in play. You have to make them throw pitches. So Obviously, we've been working on velo and fouling pitches off and putting it in play. That's how we expect to compete with them.
And Eric, I tell you, so far so good. It's been working out pretty phenomenally for them as we continue to maintain the lead here with the Waverly Tigers over the New Lexington Panthers.
Yep. Waverly fighting to maintain this 2-0 lead. Hunter Houck on the hill heading things for the Waverly Tigers, and we are now witnessing the New Lex Panthers kind of a second time through the lineup here as number 27, Clay Miller, the third baseman's coming back to the plate for his second attempt, and he flew out hard to Quentin Hurd at first base. Hurd with the leaping play at first base last time. And these guys are settling in here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Live from Bob Wren Stadium, Southeast District baseball action, semifinals. The stakes are high. These Waverly Tigers are trying to bring several great careers to a culmination and continue the season as Houck deals that first pitch strike. But like you said, man, a lot of experience here, and these guys, just like I said, trying to add to what's already been a pretty stellar career with, let's see how far we can take this thing.
Strike two.
Strike two to the hitter, and Houck, again, dealing ahead early, 0-2 in the count. And this is, not the same beast Gallia Academy was last week. I mean, these guys have guys that can flat out swing it. Gallia had some great hitters, but I'm talking three guys over 405 for this New Lex team.
Yeah.
5 in the lineup over 380. And Hunter Houck is just down here. I don't think have we seen a runner at third base yet?
No.
I don't think we've seen a runner at third base for New Lex yet. I think Will Armstrong took exception to that earlier and hosed him, and that was the first one.
Yep. Ball dropped.
2-2 count here. As Miller settles in. Worth noting, man, these New Lex Panthers, these guys look like athletes too. I mean, they're big. They fit the bill. Stepping into this game, 19-4 out of the Muskingum Valley League. That ball's ripped to left field.
Well, you know, that had some speed on it. Big Ben couldn't even get a glove on it.
Big Ben, that one was through Big Ben before he knew, and the New Lex Panthers and Clay Miller have their first runner aboard of the inning.
15, Mason Pyle.
Catcher steps up to the plate here for the Panthers in the cleanup spot. Mason Pyle. Pyle walked his last at bat. This is the Tigers. Strike one from Houck as the Tigers line up in double play depth, trying to record a couple of outs. Big Ben steady at the corner there, maybe expecting bunt. I don't think we're going to see much of that from the cleanup spot, but he's ready. 1-1 count.
I don't know if the runner at first is trying to play mind games and psych him out, but he hasn't really showed that he's real eager to get going.
Yep, that ball swung on to Big Ben, throws it over to second base for the first out.
Oh,
and we got a double play here at Bob Wren Stadium for 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. Big Ben gets it over to Jace Hurd. Hurd throws it over to Quentin Hurd, and we've got a bang-bang 2-out play here in Athens. What a play from your Waverly Tigers, folks. Big Ben over there getting it done with the leather.
The pitcher, number 28, Isaac McGill.
And that's a hard-working man, Porterhouse.
He is. He absolutely is.
Snags it, sidearms it to Jace Hurd. And once again, these Waverly Tigers are showing what they can do defensively, Porterhouse.
Yeah. Defense, offense, they've come alive in the last few games, that's for sure. And they're hungry, and it's showing just like Coach talked there in the pregame interview.
They're taking full advantage of their opportunity. And in games like this, if you have the defense behind the guy that you believe in on the hill, which right now seems to be Hunter Houck for the Waverly Tigers, anything's possible. And these guys are, if they don't give up a run, they don't lose. That's the way that, that's the way that it's going to go today, Porterhouse. So, is that ball on the outside corner for strike two. 1-2 count. Houck ahead here in the bottom of the fourth. 2 outs.
So, the crowd really seems to be in this one. It's starting to really gather around. And you can
that ball swung on and crushed down the left field line, Porterhouse. And it's going to go foul.
But with the crowd getting here, I think they're seeing that. They were probably coming here expecting maybe a little bit different game than what they're watching right now. So I think that folks are really getting into watching this game this evening because everybody kind of on their edge of their seat right now.
Yeah, great baseball. Everyone in here seems to be, like you said, on edge. A lot at stake here, man. I mean, a lot of these guys will be the last time they ever pick up a baseball and a glove again, play organized baseball. So, when I was in school, dealt with it. As a coach here, I've dealt with it as well. I've seen these district games end in defeat. I've been a part of these district games ending in defeat. It's no fun.
Another foul at the third base line.
And once again, McGill just continues to extend this at bat. 2-2 here, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth. We're in Athens. The Waverly Tigers lead this one 2-0. And this is going to be a dogfight. I know it's the Tigers versus Panthers, folks, but this is a dogfight. Make no mistake about it. That's a tough pitch to look at for ball 3. As McGill, once again, extends this at bat. Just low. Houck giving him something to think about there. As McGill shows the blue gloves and calls time. A lot of black and orange here, folks. Worth noting, both teams are black and orange, but a lot of black and orange. That ball swung on, and it's fouled away.
Well, thankfully for us, the New Lex, they are wearing their white uniforms.
They got the white jerseys on this evening.
Yeah.
Waverly Tigers rocking the school colors. 1-2 count here. Infield at full depth. That ball swung on to right field. Nichols has a long way to go for it, but he makes the play down the right field line.
Well, I got to say, that gets a hitter, that's for sure.
I tell you what, man, these Waverly Tigers continue to cover ground as Tanner Nichols chases one down in right field and puts away Isaac McGill for the 3rd out of the inning. We're going to head to the top of the 5th here in Athens, Porterhouse.
All righty, let's check in with the station once again real quick, and we'll be back with more Waverly Tiger baseball here on Q100.
And we're back, folks. Live here at Bob Wren Stadium in Athens. It's Porterhouse and it's Eric. Your Waverly Tigers taking on the New Lex Panthers here. Southeast District baseball action. 2-0 lead here for the Waverly Tigers as we enter the top of the 5th inning. Number 7, the designated hitter Lane Bear at the plate for the Tigers in the 9 spot. Hitting for the right fielder, Tanner Nichols, who just tracked down one heck of a fly ball in right field, down the left field line, made one heck of a play. And that's what brought us here to the top of the 5th as Lane Bear looks at strike 1 here from the senior pitcher, Isaac McGill of the New Lex Panthers. That ball swung on, fouled off.
Now, did he get a single or double last time at bat?
Lane's last time up, he hit to the 2nd or the 3rd baseman and grounded out.
Oh, okay.
Ground out the third baseman, but looking to make some noise this at bat as that curveball that slider falls in for a strike. Looked like it was going to hit him in the leg.
It did.
Man,
I flinched for him.
Some nice, yeah, I kind of tensed up here. Some nice movement, some great velocity from Miguel. He's thrown well. He's had some kind of miscues from his defense as he strikes out Bear there. He's had some miscues from his defense that have put him in some tough spots. A couple of drop fly balls. The sun seems to be an issue there. But he's cruising on the hill. He's got great velocity. He's got great movement. He brings the off speed to the table.
Yeah, hasn't pitched a bad game at all, really.
Pitched a great game. And Creed Smith steps back up after he was hit by a pitch in his last at bat.
I think that he may be finding his zone. These guys are finding it a little more difficult, looks like, to hit him now. So he might have found a little extra something.
I think both of these pitchers seem to be dialed in, and yeah, I think they figured it out. I think that again, inside part of the plate. I mean, just painting.
He just keeps nailing
the corner.
Yeah.
0-2 count here to Creed Smith here again, hit by pitch in his last at bat. But we're back to the leadoff spot for the Waverly Tigers. 2-0 lead for the Tigers here, top of the fifth. As Smith looks at one that he even kind of questioned the umpire. Hey, what are we thinking on this one? But he gets the benefit of the doubt. 1-2 count here as that ball falls low for ball one. 1-2 count. Ooh. Ooh. Another pitch inside at the knees. Strike three.
Well, he's found the zone and right where he needs to be.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because, again, we were here yesterday evening. We've been dialed in for Southeast District baseball action all week with total media coverage, and I saw the same things yesterday, Porterhouse. These guys figured it out about fourth, fifth inning, and they started dealing. And we're seeing it happen here. And ball one here as LT Jordan, the senior shortstop, steps back into the plate. Swung on and missed. The bottom fell out of that one. I don't think, doesn't look like the lieutenant was expecting anything quite off speed there.
No.
That ball swung on and crushed. The third baseman, Clay Miller, snares that one. And that's going to be our hardest hit third out that we've seen all day. What a rocket off the bat of LT Jordan. But nonetheless, Clay Miller's able to corral it over there at third base. And after a quick inning, the New Lex Tigers are going to be back here at the plate here in the bottom of the fifth, Porterhouse.
That's right. You're watching, or listening to, I should say, Waverly Tigers baseball on your home for the Valley View Health Center's Pike County Game of the Week. We're in tournament action here on WXZQ Piketon. And let's check back in with the coach as we were talking with him. I asked him a question: who's hot? Who can we expect big things out of tonight? And this is what he had to say.
You know what? It seems like, each day it's a different guy, but we've got, top of our order with Creed Smith, LT Jordan, and Jace. Those guys have been swinging it pretty much all year. The middle with Hunter Houck and Benny and Q. They've also swung it well. So, and then you got a couple guys at the bottom of the order who's been getting on. So, you never know on any given day what they're going to do. But we have a solid lineup 1 through 9.
Obviously, and it's we've got a lot further than we've gotten in recent years. Hopefully, we're hoping for more. After this, what is next? I mean, if the boys, have you talked about what's next?
Well, it's you come back here tomorrow and you play the winner of Sheridan and Miami Trace, who both have very good ball clubs.
And there you go. I mean, and as we retired after that fifth inning there, and the thing to think about is that we're back at the top of our batting order now.
Yeah.
And whenever the Waverly Tigers get back up to bat, if they can continue the momentum we saw earlier in the game, it's going to be great. Right now, though, can Houck keep his momentum as a pitcher rolling here?
Yep. Number 6, Lane Baker, the first baseman for the New Lex Panthers, steps into the square, and he's ready to hit. That ball's fouled away for strike one. Houck continuing to work ahead in these at-bats. And just, like I said, getting it done on the hill. No real other way to word it, Porterhouse. I mean, He's dialed in. He knows what he wants to do. He's working a little quicker than he usually works. I mean, what a curveball there. As that one swung on a miss for strike 2. 0-2 count here. We got the bottom of the 6th here. 2-0 lead for your Waverly Tigers.
A lot of Waverly Tiger fans holding their breath right now in anticipation,
That ball
watching.
is hit to Big Ben at third base. He snares it, low throw. Ooh. That ball gets away. And the runner is going to advance to second on the tough play.
That's uncharacteristic of what we've seen out of Big Ben so far. But you can't win them all, man.
Yep. Unfortunately, you can't play perfect baseball forever. But the Waverly Tigers have been doing that pretty much for the last 2 weeks. And unfortunately, that one gets a little bit away from Big Ben here. It's going to be marked in air. It's number 9 for the New Lex Panthers. The second baseman, Drew Barnett, steps back up to the plate here. Lane Baker out at second base as Houck's first pitch falls in for a strike. And after a quick 1-2-3 inning like the last inning for the Waverly Tigers at the plate, this is the type of atmosphere, type of game where you start to wonder, you know, if you're on the defensive side of things too long,
right?
Can defense start to get away from you? The New Lex Panthers have put some really hard hit balls into play today that the Waverly Tigers have tracked down and snagged and just made great plays off of. So hopefully they can keep it going here as Houck delivers the 1-1. Just inside for a strike, or for a ball, excuse me. 2-1 count here. Baker out at second base. Jordan creeping behind him. Inside part of the strike zone. Strike 2 here. 2-2 count, no outs. And Houck again. No runners on, or no outs. Runner at second, doesn't seem to matter. Very poised today. The lefty delivers. Strike 3 in the dirt. Armstrong corrals it, tags the runner, and we've got our first out of the inning and a big one here in Athens.
Yeah, that right there, that was a good momentum breaker for, against New Lexington. It gets it in their head that obviously Waverly's still in this game, and and it also gives, I think, Houck that confidence he needs to stay fresh on the mound right now.
Yeah, we got 2 really big at-bats coming up here as number 32, the right fielder, Jonathan Dold, steps in. And we've got the 8-9 spot coming up here. So if we can get out of this, this situation with a runner in scoring position through the 8, through the 9, that would be ideal here. 0-1. Not too big of a lead out at second base. I think Armstrong showed him what can happen. That ball's fouled off. 2 strikes to the hitter here as Houck continues to work ahead in these counts. In the on-deck circle, number 8, the left fielder, Bentley Hansen. That ball is hit to the shortstop, LT Jordan. Routine play, he gets it over to first. The runner at third advances, but we get the out at first. Porterhouse is once again trade the out for the base happily.
Absolutely.
2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Your Waverly Tigers lead this one 2-0. Lane Baker, the first baseman at third base. As the 9 spot, Bentley Hansen, the left fielder, steps in. And Hunter Houck, again, looks very confident as the first pitch gets away from him just a bit high. In these games, you start to pay attention to your pitcher's rhythm, his tempo, the way that all of these things look, especially when you're, that ball's hit to left field.
Oh, no.
Jamison Morton tracks it down, and he gets it back into the shortstop as the New Lex Panthers bring a run across. We got a 2-1 ball game in Athens.
All right, here's the time that, obviously, they're used to being having runs scored against them, but, this late in the game, as well as things have been going, just got to keep their composure and just keep playing the kind of ball they've been playing at this particular point.
Yep. And even though Houck feels dialed in and his tempo and everything seems good, Coach Noble's going to take just a quick moment to talk to him and take a quick conversation with his pitcher.
Well, Bob Brennan Stadium here, the site of the College World Series. I believe it was, 1970, if I'm not mistaken?
Wow.
Yeah, pretty interesting field. It's got its own history and its own legacies, and we're trying to write our own pages of history here tonight with Waverly Tiger baseball.
Yeah.
Not a real long meeting at the mound, just a little refreshment. Remind these guys still in this game. Don't let one run deter you.
Yep. And again, probably just to talk with him, slow things down a little bit as the New Lex Panthers are hitting for their third time in the lineup, and just want your pitcher to have an opportunity to settle down, relax, and try to record a third out here and keep that one-run lead heading into the sixth inning. As we mentioned, back to the top of the lineup here, shortstop Garrett Blosser, starting off the day 0 for 2 with a ground out to second and a fly out to second. As the second pitch goes in for 1-1. Fastball in the inside corner of the plate. Just looking for one out here. That ball swung on and hit to center field. And it's over the head of Smith. And that's going to be a tied ball game, as Garrett Blosser standing on second base with a stand-up double.
Playing a little too shallow, it looks like, out there right now.
That ball was smoked.
Yeah, it was.
That ball was hit hard to center field. Creed Smith, generally a dead-on center fielder, just I don't think expected that one to carry quite as far as it did. And now you've got the center fielder for New Lex coming up, Jarek Braglin, who struck out and grounded out. And it's a tied ball game here in Athens. Waverly Tigers and New Lex Panthers 2-2. Braglin calls time. Runner at second. 2 outs. Houck delivers a strike on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. That ball's a dribbler down the left field line. Big Ben watches it go foul. I don't see any movement in the Waverly bullpen.
No, I don't think Houck's really in any trouble right now. It's just
Just had a couple of hard hit balls, and unfortunately,
yeah,
cost him a run or two.
I mean, if center fielder had been 3 steps back, maybe playing that one, he might have been able to stack that. You know, I mean, it's just
Sure.
you never know. You know.
Yeah. Fastball high.
Yeah, it looks like that bullpen's starting to get busy now.
Mm-hmm.
Number 20 starting to head out that way right now. Has Nelson, I believe, is his name. Oh, wait a minute.
That ball's fouled off. Is it Tyler Malone?
It might be Tyler Malone, yeah.
I'm thinking it's Tyler Malone heading to the bullpen.
I was looking at the wrong number here, but yeah. Yeah, Tyler Malone.
Okay.
Yep, Tyler Malone, senior.
Yep. Another really great arm for the Tigers. He's had a great year on the hill as well. Probably going to be the guy to come in and help wrap this one up for the Tigers. Strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. Armstrong throws it down to Hurd. That's going to be the third out of the inning here, but not before a little bit of damage is done, Porterhouse. We got a 2-2 game in Athens now as this one's really starting to heat up. We're live from Bob Wren Stadium, Southeast District Baseball, and this is getting good. This is heating up, Porterhouse, and both of these coaches have their squads in foul territory, giving them kind of the crunch time speech, it sounds like.
Absolutely. Back with more Waverly Tigers basketball on the Valley View Health Center's Game of the Week in just a moment. And welcome back to Bob Wren Stadium at Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. Rodney Tomlin along with Eric Landrum, as we are in a tie ball game here in Athens, Eric. Things really got exciting and put us on the edge of our seat again there just a moment ago.
Yeah, a couple of hard hit balls last inning. Garrett Blosser came up and hit an absolute rocket to the center fielder, and of course, drove in a couple of runs there as well. So we got a little bit of work to do for the Waverly Tigers, but we've got the right guys coming up to do it, as number 23, Jace Hurd, the second baseman, steps up to the plate. 1-0 count here.
As we mentioned at the end of that last inning, our top of our order coming up, and that's our heavy hitters there. So this is going to be
it's going to be a slugfest.
It is.
Yeah,
we can see things turned around real quick right here.
Yeah, we called it a dogfight earlier. Battle of the two cat teams, but it's going to be exactly that. We're in for a dogfight tonight. Hurd swings. That one's chopped over to the third baseman as Miller throws it over to Baker for the first out of the inning.
Routine play there for the defensive side of things there.
Yep, unfortunately, Hurd didn't get the benefit that time. Hurd had gotten two benefits before that with some sun in center field, so he was the hitter on both of those fly balls earlier.
All righty. Is that Houck up now
That
again?
is the pitcher, Hunter Houck, up now. The pitcher for now, I should say. Houck's had a great game. He had a great game against Guy Academy, and he's stepping in as the pitcher for now anyway, as he looks at ball one. Oh, that one hits Houck.
Yeah, so we got a runner
That
on
one
now.
hits him, and Houck's going to be aboard at first base with one out here. And the Tigers might have something in the kitchen. And if so, you got the right guy to eat.
Absolutely. Stepping up to the table next is Big Ben.
Yeah, Big Ben Nichols stepping up to the plate here. And Big Ben has popped out, and he's grounded into a fielder's choice. So he's definitely due with Houck out at first base.
What's it going to take, Big Ben? Half a rack of ribs.
Yeah.
T-bone steak.
What's the price, Ben? What's the price for going 380 to left center right here? We got to know. Ooh. That ball's down and away for ball one. Big Ben settles in here 1-0. Top of the sixth inning here. Bob Wren Stadium, Southeast District baseball action. As Big Ben looks at the off-speed inside part of the plate, Porterhouse, and we've seen that inside part called a couple of times today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the umpire, and I'm at a different angle, but that one looked way inside to me.
Yeah, our vantage point.
Whoa.
I think that's a ball, whatever vantage point you had there.
Yeah.
3-0 to Big, or 2-1 to Big Ben here, excuse me.
Yeah, Big Ben had a dip on that one.
Yeah.
Got a little physical.
Yep. Big Ben steps in as McGill steps off. Everyone's reset here. Tough pitch there. Full Big Ben there. 2-2 pitch. Houck at first base. Not too big of a lead.
Kind of a clutch situation for these
Yes, sir.
players.
That's another tough pitch. Off speed, inside part of the plate.
I know Ben's got to be feeling pressure. You know,
Man.
he's had some good at bats and
Strikes out looking there though.
yeah.
First baseman, number 6, Quentin Hurd.
Quentin Hurd stepping to the plate for your Waverly Tigers. Number 6, the first baseman, looking to make something happen here.
Well, there you go.
Got a little bit of a break in the action.
Yeah. A little talking action there. I think he's just taking advantage of a walk out to the mound, stretch those legs a little
You know,
bit.
if I had to be in that position for 5 innings, Porterhouse, you
Yep.
best believe I'd be doing the same thing. But these guys got young knees. They'll be all right.
Wow.
That's a fastball in there on the outside corner of the plate for a strike. And
Gets him every time, man.
And
Nobody's even swinging on that one.
McGill is dialed in right now.
Yeah.
Ooh. His off speed looks great. He is eating with that curveball on the inside part of the plate right now, and he's just making it tough for the Waverly Tiger hitters right now. 1-2 count here to Quentin Hurd. Top of the 6th inning here. The runner's off. That ball kicks away. Houck's into second. And he's going to hold there in scoring position as Pyle's able to retrieve it. Tigers adding a little bit of pressure here. Coach Noble talking up Hurd here, trying to make something happen, trying to regain that lead for the Waverly Tigers.
Just a good hit out there. This will do it.
Just need a little something sweet here from Quentin Hurd.
He's given it to us before.
Yes, sir.
These guys, we've seen them every one perform out there. Let's just see if we can have it happen one more time. Oh, nice.
That ball's poked into play here. Tough play for the third baseman. He's got time. As he throws it over for the third out of the inning, that's going to strand the runner at second base.
Valiant effort and try by the Waverly Tigers there, Eric, but coming up a little bit short on that one.
Yep, and that's going to keep it 2-2 here after the top of this 6th. We're going to find ourselves in the middle of the 6th. The New Lex Panthers coming to the plate here. 6th inning Southeast District Baseball action live from Bob Wren Stadium.
Back at Bob Wren Stadium in Athens, Ohio, at Ohio University. Rodney Tomlin with Eric Landrum from the 740 Sports Show, and a.k.a. you might know me as Porterhouse, too, around southeastern Ohio. But regardless, we're playing baseball tonight. These Waverly Tigers, don't want to say their backs against the wall, but a 2-run lead has all of a sudden turned into a tie ball game, and now the New Lex Panthers are up to bat.
Yep, a little bit of work to do for your Waverly Tigers as number 27, Clay Miller, steps in for the New Lex Panthers, keeping Hunter Houck on the mound. And I love it from Coach Noble, letting it ride with your guy. He's been dialed in, got into a little bit of a jam and gave up a hard hit ball. So let's not overreact. Let's keep him in the game, and let's see what we can get from the senior who's worked his butt off to get you to this point. Love the move from Coach Noble, and like I said, I figure Tyler Malone's probably warm if we need him at this point. But Houck still seems to have a lot of gas in the tank. That velocity staying at 1-1 here. 1-1 count. And we're live from Bob Wren Stadium, Southeast District baseball action. It's the bottom of the 6th here. The New Lex Panthers are at the plate here, and that ball's going to be fouled off down the right field line. And this is, like I said, man, this is going to be an absolute barn burner tonight. We do have a Game 2 tonight. We don't. There will be a Game 2 tonight. We don't have a Game 2 tonight,
right,
but there is a Game 2. Miami Trace and Sheridan's playing shortly after this one, so that ball's popped up.
Oh,
and
nice
once
hit.
again, Jace Hurd at second base puts it away. We got our first out of the inning, and Houck is out there making quick work here in the later innings.
Hopefully that'll get the adrenaline flowing for these guys again and make them a little more spot on. Obviously, they haven't been spot off any whatsoever.
Sure.
We're just a couple good hits there.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Really, the only miscue has been the throw that got away from us there.
Yeah.
But other than that, these Waverly Tigers have played great defensive baseball the last 2 times that we've had the opportunity to watch them. But today, they've just been lights out, tracking down balls, making tough plays in the infield as Hurd puts away another run there. A soft line drive for the second out of the inning. And
he's hitting them right to him, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they heard. They heard.
They heard that they're testing Hurd right now. So
yeah.
Heard you can't catch the ball.
Yeah.
Heard wrong, didn't you?
Heard wrong, but heard right.
Heard right.
Heard right tonight. And right now, your Waverly Tigers, again, getting through a quick inning here, and Hunter Houck, I'm sure, is appreciating every bit of the help he can get from his defense, who's played such great baseball up to this point.
Absolutely. Timeout called.
Yep. Only, like I said, only got in a little bit of trouble with, a miscue on in the field, and then, like I said, an absolute shot to the center field wall a little while ago. But these guys are hard at work. That one's fouled off. Just over our heads here. Beautiful evening in Athens. I can see my house from here, Porterhouse. We've got an excellent view of this evening's game. I mean, it's perfect. We just get these Waverly Tigers another run or two, we'll be a lot better. Houck delivers that one up in the zone for a ball. 1-1 here, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning here. Your Waverly Tigers are in a dogfight with the New Lex Panthers 2-2. Armstrong working hard behind the plate with no runners on there. That ball in the dirt. 2-1 count. That ball smoked to center field. Smith's on his way back. Oh. Just out of his glove. Looks like it might have hit him in the shoulder or the head.
Yeah.
But with 2 outs, the runner's at third.
Safe, barely.
A throw back to third base after the runner rounded, headed towards home. He dives back in.
I think he could have had an inside the Parker if he would have kept going.
It would have been a heck of a play at the plate, but nonetheless, he's at third base. And Isaac McGill, the pitcher, in the 5 slot. It's a triple. And now we've got some work to do to finish this inning here, Porterhouse.
Yep, we sure do. That's the kind of momentum buster we did not need at this particular point.
Yep, and Creed Smith, it's worth noting Creed Smith was well on his way in center field. Just tried his best to track it down, and unfortunately, just between battling the speed and the sun. The speed and the sun.
That one he had, I really blame that one on the sun because he was right where he needed to be. It's just, I actually saw the glare off his glasses when he looked up. I just saw it happen. And
right.
That was understandable. He's got his head down out there. We got a timeout called. Coach Knob out on the mound with the infield right now. And center fielder with his head down out there. Outfielders are trying to charge him back up.
Coach Noble taking a trip to the mound, talking with his guy, probably talking with his infield here situation, just reminding your team, if it's hitting the infield, we only need one. He's leaving Hunter Houck on the mound.
The umpire, I believe, is checking to make sure that our center fielder is okay.
It looked as though maybe Creed Smith got hit in the head with that fly ball, and I think that maybe they're kind of checking him that way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe it got him in the chest collar. I don't know. I'm trying to read what the umpire is saying. But nonetheless, Creed Smith seems to be okay.
He's signaling A-okay.
We love to see that. But we got a runner at third here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. And stepping to the plate is Lane Baker, the first baseman for the New Lex Panthers. And up to this point in the day, that's been a pretty good thing for us. He's flown out to right field even though he smoked that ball. And he reached on an air to third base. So let's see. That ball's hit high. Does Quentin Hurd have enough time to get there? He's chasing it down. He doesn't. These guys are working their butts off, though. You got Tanner Nichols hat laying in right field. And you got Quentin Hurd running to the bullpen. Just working their butts off here tonight at Bob Wren Stadium. Everything on the line in Southeast District baseball play. And for these guys,
they want to go another
careers,
round.
Man. You know, careers, lives of playing baseball on the line. So it doesn't get any bigger, man. It doesn't get any better. Houck delivers outside.
10 seniors, if I count it right, on this Waverly Tigers baseball team, yeah.
Congratulations to you young Waverly Tigers on your upcoming graduation, or actually your graduation. It'll be this Friday, I believe. We're wishing you all the best here. But we're getting through tonight first. 3-1 count here. Bottom of the 6th. Hauk with a runner at third base here, looking to get out of trouble. That ball's hit hard to right center. Creed Smith on his way, and he's able to come through and makes one heck of a play. Wow. Creed Smith on his horse to right center. That ball was smoked. And after the play into center field to get the runner to third base, Creed Smith comes through to keep him at third base. We're keeping it 2-2 here, going into the 7th inning, Porterhouse.
Absolutely. And we've got just a little more ball to play, but the one thing that we got is a tie ball game. So don't go anywhere as the Waverly Tigers and the New Lexington Panthers go head-to-head here on Q100. Back at Bob Wren Stadium for more great dodgeball action.
more great dodgeball action.
Yeah, I've called it basketball. I'm surprised I haven't called it football and softball and volleyball and everything else. But, no, it's baseball. It's baseball action. Don't make fun of me. This isn't my normal job.
Hey.
Hey, we got, the Madman and Rockin' Raj are both kind of tied up, so they weren't able to be here tonight. I know they're wishing they were here, that's for sure, because they're missing –
They're missing some great baseball.
They
action.
are missing some great baseball. We're getting ready to hit it again. The number 13 up to bat now, looks like.
Leading off here in the top of the 7th, we got number 13, the left fielder, Jamison Morton, and he's showing bunt here early as he pulls back and looks at strike one. Jamison Morton stepping in the 7th spot here. He's flown out to left field today. McGill delivers. That ball's driven into center field, and a sliding play there by the center fielder, Jarek Braglin. And that's going to be our first out of the inning. That was a nice play by the center fielder there. Hard hit ball into center field. You like to see those one fall down as hits, but it doesn't always fall that way, unfortunately.
Number 4, Will Armstrong.
Looks like we're going to have our first substitution here for the Waverly Tigers.
Pinch hitter for the Tigers, number 21, Liam Cross.
Number 21, Liam Cross, stepping up to the plate, filling in for Will Armstrong. I'll anticipate Will Armstrong will re-enter as catcher here defensively. Hopefully just trying to get a hit across here. As that curveball falls in for a strike, and again, McGill's curveball's been a real issue for the Waverly Tigers, man. That curveball looks like it's coming at you, and it's just falling into the inside part of that zone.
Makes all of them flinch, too.
And then he couples it with the a high outside fastball, and it's just that much tougher. He's probably a mid-80s velocity, if I had to guess. Maybe not quite that hard.
Wow.
Strike 3 there as he puts away Cross for the second out of the inning.
And that one was about the perfect pitch, too. I mean, that would have been hard not to have swung at as well. So, just a little late on it, I believe. But.
Yep. We got the 9 spot stepping up to the plate. Number 7, Lane Bear in the DH spot. He's grounded out to third, and he's struck out once. So let's see if Lane can get aboard here. First pitch fastball. Strike one. Top of the 7th here, 2 outs. Your Waverly Tigers are tied 2-2 with the New Lex Panthers as that curveball is just high and inside. 1-1 count here. Nobody on base. Looking to get something going here for the Waverly Tigers is Lane Bear.
Just a little bit high.
Ball two's up there as Mason Pyle leaves his feet to catch it.
Oh,
That ball's hit to third. Snared by Miller and thrown over to Baker. And that'll be the 3rd out of the inning as the New Lex Panthers are going to have an opportunity to get it done. In the bottom of the 7th, they're going to be coming to the plate. It's a 2-2 ball game. We're live in Athens at Bob Wren Stadium. Southeast District baseball action live right here. And we're back here at Bob Wren Stadium, live in the heart of Athens at OU baseball field for your Waverly Tigers as they take on the 2-seeded New Lex Panthers here. Southeast District baseball action. Waverly Tigers are tied. They're in a dogfight 2-2 as we go into the bottom of the 7th. And right now, the New Lex Panthers are stepping to the plate, and they're looking to get something done here, Porterhouse. They are sending number 1, Nathan Goatkey, the junior, to the plate.
some good momentum and a couple runs scored last inning has really got these Panthers excited. They've got the adrenaline. They feel that they got the win possibly in their grasp, but I think the Tigers might have something else to say about that.
Yep, right now it's just in an arm's reach from either team, but it's just a little bit closer for New Lex with the opportunity of being at the plate. Gottke stepping in here for Drew Barnett, who has struck out twice today. And Gottke's going to take his first look at it here. 1-1 count. Fouled off the first pitch. Looked at ball one in the dirt. Big Ben chilling at the corner. As Hunter Houck delivers a second strike. And I'll tell you, man, this young man, once again, another 7th inning that we're seeing this young man. And he's dealing. That ball's hit to the lieutenant. And he throws it over to Quentin Hurd for the first out of the inning. And Hunter Houck, again, man, just getting it done. Just continuing to will his team to whatever the next thing is. The next at bat, the next out, the next inning. And these Waverly Tigers are fighters. Number 32, Jonathan Dold, stepping up, the right fielder. The 8-hole hitter for the New Lex Panthers. And we've learned today there's no easy outs in this New Lex Panther lineup. That ball's hit to Jace Hurd at second base. He snags it, throws it over to Quentin Hurd, and that's a closer play than it probably should have been, Porterhouse.
That was, I don't know whether the runner was that quick or whether Hurd took a little extra time throwing that ball, but he barely squeaked that one in there.
I'll tell you what, it's a beautiful night, but I got a bead of sweat dripping down my forehead right now. But that ball is put away. We got 2 outs here, bottom of the 7th. Number 8, Bentley Hansen, the left fielder, steps to the plate for the New Lex Panthers. 2 outs. Hansen looks at strike one or ball one in the dirt. Sorry, Porterhouse.
No, that's all right. I was going to say Tigers need this. They need a quick 3 and out. I like this.
Yeah.
Get them back on
Kind of get
the
you back on
offensive
track.
side and the momentum. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, the quicker they can get off the field and back in that dugout and start looking at possibly winning this game.
Yeah.
But they got to keep it together through this last and final out in this inning.
Yeah. And this has been a slug. I mean, just an absolute. When I say slugfest, I don't mean hitting. I mean punches being thrown, people. That ball
that's a
smoked to
slug.
center field. Creed Smith looks to be under it. He's
Yeah.
under it, and he puts it away for the third out here in the bottom of the 7th. We got a 2-2 ball game, Porterhouse, and we got free baseball. We're heading to the 8th. Top of the 8th on the way. Your Waverly Tigers tied up 2-2 right now with the New Lex Panthers. Stay tuned for more live Southeast District baseball action. And we're back here at Bob Wren Stadium here. Your Waverly Tigers in a dogfight here, 2-2 with the New Lex Panthers. Sorry, Porterhouse, we get to talking, and it just, who knows?
I know. No, you did exactly what you're supposed to do. I'm the one that spoke out of turn. I apologize.
Wow. Well, nonetheless, it brought us to this point.
It did.
And that is Creed Smith, the one-hole hitter, leading off for the Waverly Tigers here. Top of the 8th. It's a 2-2 ball game. And knockdown, drag-out type of Southeast District baseball action. It's the 8th inning here. We've seen 2 complete games up to this point from these pitchers. We've seen some hard-hit balls. We've seen some tough strikeouts. And it has been absolutely phenomenal up to this point. And now we're in store for some free baseball because Creed Smith swings and misses at strike one.
Well, the Tigers going to try to play off that momentum they got from the defense that they played there just a moment ago. 3 up, 3 down kind of basically scenario they had faced there. But another thing they got to face is this pitcher who's been very, very tough through the first 7 innings of play.
Isaac McGill has been absolutely lights out. Waverly Tigers only accumulating 3 hits as that ball's popped up by Smith to the shortstop. And Blosser puts it away for the first out. McGill has looked dialed in, to say the least, since giving up those 2 runs earlier in the game. Porterhouse, and again, 3 hits here allowed. And the Lieutenant L.T. Jordan steps in for his 4th at bat. Jordan looking to get aboard for the first time. He's lined out, he's flown out, and he has struck out once today. Again, that just shows you what type of worker McGill is on the hill. That's not an easy hitter to put away 3 times in an afternoon, and McGill is making it look like it's just, this is what I do.
Yeah.
You know? Jordan looks at that one low and away. 1-1 count here. Top of the 8th.
Ooh.
That ball's high and inside as Jordan ducks away from it. Gets by a pile.
No.
It's a ball.
That sounded like it may have hit him. Did it hit his bat?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it got catcher's glove maybe. I heard what you heard as well. I heard the nick. I thought maybe it did.
I thought it caught the runner, or the batter.
Ooh. Wow.
Man. Again, I'm at a different angle.
Well,
but outside.
I'll tell you what, with Jordan being a left-handed hitter, we got to see where that pitch was, and it looked like On that part of the plate, what's inside to a right-handed hitter, outside to Jordan, that pitch looked away.
It did. And I've seen that pitch a dozen times, called strike or more.
And we've been seeing it to the right-handed hitters on the inside part of the plate in that same spot. So, man, and then Jordan, knowing that, had to fend off a pitch that kind of the same spot right afterwards.
Right.
So.
Again, our angle. So what we're saying is it's right there, and that ump is, he's got a solid one. He's been consistent with the calls that he's made. We got to give him that.
That ball is high and away. And again, similar spot.
Yep.
And that one's called a ball. So, been great umpiring so far. Very consistent umpiring so far for both ways. So, not looking at it like that, but LT Jordan's going to be aboard with one out after a walk, Porterhouse. And now the Waverly Tigers have a runner upon base, and a quick one.
Yep.
A good, experienced base runner aboard, a smart base runner aboard. As your guy, number 23, Jace Hurd, steps up. Jace has a couple of hits. He's been fortunate on a couple. He's hit the center field and just hard-hit balls. But center fielder and left fielder having a tough time out there communicating maybe with the sun. But he's got 2 hits on the day and seems to be the right guy aboard for the Tigers here, trying to cook a run up. First pitch fastball in the inside corner. McGill looked like he wanted it to be a strike there. Looked like he was hoping for that call.
It is right there in that
It's in that same vicinity.
Yeah.
It is. And these guys have done a great job figuring out where that spot is and just working it. Second pitch is in the dirt. Houck holds at first base. I apologize. Jordan holds at first base. Pretty decent lead out there. Hurd looks at a 2-0. Looked like he thought it might have been away. Not his pitch. He was looking for a 2-0.
No, it wasn't.
And McGill's done a really good job at mixing up his off-speed and interesting counts. So 2-1 pitch here. As he does go with the fastball, he throws it by Hurd. And that might have been his hardest thrown pitch of the day. He brought it there.
Yeah, he did. And he had nothing for it. He swung, but way too late.
The pitcher, Hunter Houck, in the on-deck circle. And again, the Waverly Tigers just trying to find a way to get that runner, LT Jordan, into scoring position and maybe find a way to get him in here. Try to get that one-run lead that you're going to need to get this thing over with. Great baseball being played here. Bob Wren Stadium. Runners off, thrown behind the batter, and LT Jordan's going to be standing up at second base with one out.
Threw it completely behind him.
Threw it behind him.
It's like they knew he was going to steal or something,
Yeah. Coach Noble talking to his guy, letting him know, hey, 3-2 count.
This it's a lot of pressure on this player. I mean, say you got a runner in scoring position now.
Yeah. And folks, you'll be able to, this place is about to boom here in a moment. For one reason or another, this place is going to be on fire here in just a moment.
Yeah.
So you stick around, you listen in as we continue to cover your Southeast District baseball coverage here live from Athens on a beautiful Tuesday evening. By the way, it's my brother's birthday, Porterhouse. Shout out to Bub.
Yeah,
it's his birthday.
Happy birthday, Bub.
Happy birthday, Bub. 31. Just shouting you out, man. We appreciate you. That ball gets behind Pyle, and you're going to have Hurd going aboard base or first base for a ball 4. You've got first and third in Athens with one out.
One out.
And Hunter Houck step into the plate for your Waverly Tigers. This is about to be electric, folks.
Yeah. I tell you, this Waverly crowd is starting to
it's starting to heat up, Porterhouse.
Dugout's starting to get excited. This is the kind of excitement and the energy that Waverly may have needed right now. So got to keep this energy alive, see if they can score a run here.
Yep. Be interesting to see how New Lex plays this out, too, because, okay, they're not going corners in. They're keeping the infield at double play depth. They got the corners in, but not the entire infield. Strike one on the outside corner. Hunter Houck steps in today after a double and a fielder's choice. Let's see if he can drive in a run to give the Waverly Tigers a lead. Runners off at
Oh,
first.
there
That
it
ball
is.
swung on.
That's it.
And it's into right field. The runner's going to come home. We got first and second. The Waverly Tigers now with a 3-2 lead at Bob Wren Stadium in Athens. And Big Ben coming to the plate with one out. What a change here in Athens.
Wow.
Man, big time turn of events.
Yes, it was. Got to keep that momentum. 2 on, 1 out
Wow.
still. So
A really hard hit ball. The runner went with the pitch, threw the defense into a little bit of a loop. Makes me wonder if Coach Noble maybe put a hit and run on for his guy, knowing that McGill had been around the plate all afternoon.
Yep.
And just trusting his guy. I'm going to take a shot and say it was a hit and run. Perfect situation, executed to a T. And the Waverly Tigers have a 3-2 lead here against the 2 seed New Lex Panthers.
Yep. New Lex out talking to their pitcher right now, and look at I was watching Coach Schnaub. He's talking with Big Ben right now. I mean, you could see the energy down there amongst those players. You can see it amongst the coaching staff right now. They feel about as well as they felt the entire game, and rightfully so. I mean, I'm not going to say that New Lex is against the ropes right now because obviously they still got time to do some things.
I'll say it, they're against the ropes.
But yeah, it is late.
I'm with you.
It's late in the game, and we don't want to count them out
I'm with
before.
you.
I mean, they're number 2 seed coming into this for a reason.
Yep.
So I mean, we can't get too excited. But I mean, we're in a good place right now.
We are, man. We are. And to have your middle lineup coming to the plate, you got 2 runners aboard. Let's see if we can get Jace Hurd in, that insurance run out at second base. If we can bring Hurd in, keep that 2-run lead going into the 8th. I don't care if we're seeing Hunter Houck or Tyler Malone. I love our odds.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I wouldn't
we just
mind seeing 3 more runs scored.
Yeah,
I mean,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you calling it this week, too? Are you calling Big Ben again?
I don't know, man. I mean,
All
there's
right.
some energy out there. It's coming from somewhere. And right now, I mean, we might be seeing some icing going on because of the we got a new
pitcher coming to the hill here.
Yeah, new pitcher coming to the hill.
Shortstop's coming up. Garrett Blosser, he's filling in here, and looks like we're going to see just a position change here. Man, been a great day for Southeast District baseball action.
Well, obviously, they trust in this pitcher. They wouldn't be bringing him in this late in the game like this, but, I mean.
Yeah, and it's an interesting, without knowing much about this new Lex squad, just seeing kind of the delivery here from Blosser. Much lower delivery, much less technical approach to bringing the ball to the plate. So different arm slot here. Definitely a velocity drop off. Haven't seen any movement from him, as he's warming up here. But with the arm angle change, you can definitely see this guy coming in relief. And Big Ben's stepping into the plate, and I mean he's gripping that bat, Porterhouse. He looks ready here. As we again here. Waverly crowd's getting into this game. We're in the 8th inning. Waverly Tigers up 3-2 here. The 7-seeded Waverly Tigers against the 2-seed New Lex Panthers. Big Ben pokes that one, and that's going to be an out at second base, and a ground into a 6-4 double play. So, unfortunately, the position change ends with McGill taking the shortstop spot.
Yep.
Big Ben grounds it over to him. And, McGill steps on second base and throws it over to first to Baker for the 3rd out of the inning. But not before your Waverly Tigers earn a run, and they are now stepping into the 8th inning, the bottom of the 8th, live from Athens with a 1-run lead. And we will take just a quick moment here, and we will be back with more Southeast District baseball action right here.
Back at Bob Brennan Stadium here on Hits Now, Q100 WXCQ, and of course Piketon is where we're located out of. But tonight we are on the road in Athens as district semifinal action is well underway. The Waverly Tigers now up 1 run as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Now, bottom of the 8th inning. And, well, at least I got the 8 right, Eric. But the most important thing is right now is that if you're a Waverly Tigers fan, you are sitting on the edge of your seat right now.
It's a great time to be a Waverly Tiger fan because your team right now has a 1-run lead in the Southeast District semifinals in the heart of Athens at OU's Bob Brennan Stadium. And the top of the order for the New Lex Panthers, Garrett Blosser. He's coming to the plate. Pitching for your Waverly Tigers now, number 6, the first baseman, Quentin Nelson. Hunter Houck, well, he's out there at first base. So he's done well enough to earn himself a win tonight if Quentin here can get it put away here. And, man, we're excited. It's a great time to be a Waverly Tiger. This place is electric. And there's a whole lot of anticipation right now in Athens. Hurd delivers. Ooh. A lot of folks here at Bob Brennan Stadium thought that one fell in for strike 2, but count's going to even up here at 1-1. As Hurd delivers the third pitch of the at-bat. Fouled over to the New Lex dugout. 1-2 count here. New Lex has accumulated 5 hits on the afternoon. Your Waverly Tigers with 3. And Hurd hoping to keep him at 5 hits on the afternoon. Time called. Again, Blosser done a pretty good job today in the field for these New Lex Panthers. He's got a hit on the afternoon into center field. Helped bring in a run earlier.
Oh, he reached for that one.
Strikes him out swinging. Curveball low and away, gets Blosser to chase it. Armstrong throws it around, and right now there's one out in the bottom of the 8th here in Athens. And there's a lot of folks from Pike County on the edge of their seat here right now.
A lot of breath being held.
A lot of breath being held. My face is starting to turn blue. I'm glad I'm talking. This has been a blast, Porterhouse. It's been a ton of fun. And right now, number 10, Jarek Braglin, the center fielder, steps in for New Lex and looks at a first pitch ball on the outside. Your Waverly Tigers clinging to a 1-run lead here in Athens. That ball's popped up, and it looks like we might have Houck's under it at first base down the line, and that's going to be the second out of the inning here.
Wow, 1 out away.
Houck camping under that one in foul territory down the right field line. And right now, Porterhouse, I think it's safe to say that the Waverly Tigers have the New Lex Panthers on the ropes with Clay Miller coming to the plate. You stay over there. I'll stay over here. We'll keep the superstition going, man. All right?
All right. All right. All right.
Clay Miller.
So far, so good.
Steps in here, the big third baseman for the New Lex Panthers in the 3 spot. Waverly Tigers playing at full depth in the infield, playing deep in the outfield, making sure we don't give up any doubles right now. As that first pitch is low and away for ball 1. Waverly Tigers have fought so hard to get to this point. A 1-run win last week to close the sectional. Another 1-run game right now. That ball's hitting to right field, and it's hit hard. And it falls foul, Porterhouse. Tanner Nichols on his horse. Hat flies off once again. But it falls foul for us, thank goodness.
Yeah,
that ball was 5 feet from trouble.
It was.
Man.
It was.
Man.
But
now you got Miller stepping back in after being well on his way to second base. We've said holding some breath. He's not holding his. He's breathing a little heavy.
Yeah.
He was gearing up to get to 3, 4, wherever he needed to go. But
my hands, I'm wrenching my
now.
Just wrenching my hands like you wouldn't believe. I'm twisting.
The 1-1 on the way. That ball's crushed to Hurd. Hurd fields it over at second base, throws it over to Hauk, and the Waverly Tigers are going to win today's sectional or district semifinal in Athens. They're going to be playing later in the week. What a game.
Just got goosebumps. That was amazing.
That ball was crushed at Jace Hurd.
Oh, man.
Fields it as routinely as you can field a ball.
The number 2 seed falls to the number 7 seed, and the Waverly Tigers are set to continue in district final competition here in Ohio baseball action.
Once again, the Waverly Tigers shocking people. Your 7 seed Waverly Tigers coming into today's game. Just slugging with the best of the best. The New Lex Panthers at 4 losses coming into this one, stepping onto the field at 19-4. And your Waverly Tigers shocking the world here, upsetting the 2 seed from Bob Wren Stadium in Athens.
Absolutely, and with that, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap some things up and get some details about when our next game is, which I believe is tomorrow night.
It's looking like tomorrow, I believe.
And that means that these Waverly Tigers are still in it to win it. We'll be back with more here on Q100 for the Pike County Game of the Week. Back at Bob Wren Stadium in Athens at Ohio University. And Eric Landrum, what an amazing game we just bared witness to as the Waverly Tigers maybe pulling off a little bit of an upset here as the number 7 seed going against the number 2 seed, and does it in a squeaker there in late innings and extra innings at that.
The Waverly Tigers once again showing up and just somehow managing to find a way to get this done. Once again, though, it's kind of the same old story. Hunter Hauk taking the hill, leading his team to kind of do whatever we got to do, make whatever happen we got to make happen, and get this thing done. Hunter Hauk does earn the victory for today. They get the 1-run lead, and then our good buddy Quentin Hurd with the position change, flips his buddy positions, says, hey, go over here to first base. I'll take the hill, and I'll lead the way, and he wraps up 3 straight outs for the Waverly Tigers, and through, the top of the order, too. 1, 2, 3. He goes 1, 2, 3. And against such a great New Lex lineup, again, you got 4. He retired 3 guys hitting over 400.
Wow.
He retired 3 guys hitting over 400.
That's very impressive.
Great work from the reliever in a tough situation, a 1-run lead where the stakes don't get any bigger. A huge shout out to Quentin Hurd for coming in and helping his team earn the victory. But what another performance by Hunter Hauk. Again, the Waverly Tigers getting just enough done at the plate to make this thing go. Only accumulating 3 hits, but they got the 3 runs that they needed. They held the New Lex Panthers to the 2 runs that they needed through another stellar defensive performance. And they've earned an opportunity to come back here and do this all again. So it's looking like tomorrow evening. And the Waverly Tigers are going to be back here taking on the winner of tonight's game.
Did you say only 3 hits?
Only 3 hits for the Waverly Tigers today.
That's impressive right there.
To get it done. And shout out to Coach Noble, making things happen. What I thought was a hit and run. I'd love to speak with Coach Noble about it and kind of get an idea whether it was a hit and run or if he just sent the runner. but putting pressure on the defense, making just enough happen, and riding the pitcher who's got you this far to get to this point. And I'd say that we'll see probably Tyler Malone tomorrow, or whenever this game is against the winner of this game. But again, Sheridan taking on Miami Trace tonight. Waverly's going to get the winner of this game, but anything can happen in this one. And shout out to the Waverly Tigers, man. Another great performance, another hard-fought victory for Coach Noble and his team, Porterhouse.
Absolutely. And, again, just let everybody know, let your neighbors know that, you can find it here on Q100 WXZQ 100.1 FM on the radio. You can find it on Total Media, the Facebook page there. You can find it as well, the Main Street TV Facebook page. And also, don't forget, we've got YouTube, and you should be able to find it various places. But for those of you that checked into the stream, thank you. For those of you that listen along the radio, thank you as well. And thanks to all of our sponsors.
While you're letting your neighbor know where to stream the game, you let your neighbor know Waverly Baseball is back, baby. you let your neighbor know that Waverly Baseball is back. Coach Noble's got his team fighting, and they're coming back to Bob Wren Stadium for the Southeast District Baseball Finals.
Tomorrow night, right here on Hits Now Q100. That's going to wrap things up for us live here from Athens and Ohio University, and we'll continue what we hope to be another exciting game tomorrow night right here with another Valley View Game of the Week and Valley View Health Center's Pike County Game of the Week. And for Eric Landrum, I'm Rodney Tomlin saying so long, everybody. Have a great evening.